Because everything that we're bringing out is for a purpose, right? It's for change. It's for us to change.
That's right.
All these scriptures that you're hearing, you're supposed to apply them, right? Because a lot of our people, they say they know God, right? But they do nothing that the Bible says to do. So read that, James 1:22 real quick.
It's the book of James, chapter 1, verse 22.
Come on, go.
But be ye doers of the word.
Be ye what?
Be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only.
So don't just be hearers of the word. You got to be a doer. I like how you came out here. You got your questions. You wrote them all down because you're sincere. You really want to learn who you are. So by learning who you are, is certain steps that you got to take, which I see you taking them now. Some of the steps you're going to have to take requires change, what we was bringing out. So you know your nationality now, right? All praises. That's a mighty tribe right there. That's where Christ come from, that tribe, tribe of Judah. So you know these things now. So now with great power comes what? Great responsibility, right? So now you have a job to do. Give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Because we're going to get into some things that you must apply to your life now. See, I like how you're writing everything down. That's good. That's a good thing. So when you go home, you can take that and you can apply it to what you got. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 12. And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
So what does God require of you? I didn't get your name. What's your name, bro?
Tony. You call me Tony.
Tony?
Yeah.
Okay, my name is Eli.
My name
Okay.
is Eli.
So Tony, God is saying what?
Now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God.
How do we fear God? That's right. Read.
To walk in all his ways. And to love him. And to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
Exactly. So to love God, we got to keep God's commandments, right? So we're going to go over a few commandments. Like one of them I see right now. I'm not picking on you or nothing like that. But this is love that we're showing out here. You understand? We're showing love. Because it takes a certain kind of people, brothers like us out here, to come out here. It's hot as hell out here. We out here in the heat. We got flyers. It takes somebody to make the flyers, print the flyers. It takes money. It takes somebody to fold them. And it takes us to come out here and stand on these corners and give this word to our people. Right. That's love. So that's what we're showing you, all right? Now give me the beard. Give me the beard. Give me Leviticus 21 and 5.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 21, verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head.
So this is in Leviticus, right? So this, not Leviticus, this is the book of Leviticus, okay? So Moses is talking to the children of Israel because we just left Egypt, all right? We just came out of Egypt. So Moses is talking to the children of Israel. So he's saying everything that you learned in Egypt, don't apply it anymore, all right? Read that again.
They shall not make baldness upon their head.
Because we was keeping all the Egyptian customs. We were balding our head like Michael Jordan and Tyrese. You know what I'm saying? All praises, you're not doing that. You're not balding your head. Read.
Neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard.
So don't shave off the corner of your beard. Meaning, don't destroy your beard. You see how your hair comes all the way down to the bottom of your neck? Right there? That's you're supposed to let it grow all the way to the bottom of your neck. You know, you see right there? Because if you don't, what happens is start bumping up, right? You be getting them bumps at the bottom. That's a commandment. That's a beard. A beard is a badge of manly dignity. It separates the boys from the men. It separates the female lion against the male lion. You understand? Keep your beard. Grow your beard out. Now, it's up to you. As long as you got a beard on your face, you keeping God's commandments. But don't mar into it. Don't destroy it. Don't destroy God's beard, all right?
That was Leviticus what?
Leviticus chapter 21, verse 5. Okay? We're going to get into some more laws. So you already knew you were Israelite before you came up here, right?
Yes, sir.
How did you know that we were the Israelites?
I prayed to God about it. Then I started watching YouTube about all you guys dressed in purple with the fringes.
Okay,
and the
there we go. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to hear right there. Give me that. Give me the fringes.
Bring it
out.
The book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 38.
Bring it out. But before you read that, you see how you said you saw the fringes, right? It gave a distinction to who we was. Right. That's how you would know who are the Israelites and who's not. That's how you know who's being for real and who's playing games. We out here keeping God's laws. We got fringes. This is a commandment. So this helps us identify each other. Like, yeah, that's my brother right there. I see him with the fringes on, right? So read that for me.
Book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel.
That's you, Tony. Read.
And bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
Command them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments. But a lot of us, like, we're children, right? And the Most High is the Father. We always would ask our parents, why this and why that? Every law that he gives us is for a purpose. It's for a reason. Right. It's for protection. So he's about to explain why I want you to wear these fringes on the bottom of your clothes. Read that.
Throughout their generation.
So as long as you still generating, our people still generation, still having kids and so forth, they having kids and so forth. Read.
That they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
So he's saying to make the fringe complete, make sure you have a ribbon of blue on these fringes, right? That's also, I'm not going to speculate, but that's the color blue. That's the color is blue, right? So I'm not going to speculate, but that's probably one of his favorite colors. It's blue, right? So he says put a border of blue on your fringes, right? Read.
So what does blue stand for?
He doesn't explain what it stands for.
Okay, cool.
But read on.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it, and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
So the purpose of these fringes is to remember the commandments of the Lord.
That's right.
And do them.
And do them. So for instance, right? All right. It's the Sabbath day, right? Say you got on your fringes right now, and somehow, some way, you forget that it's the Sabbath day, and you enter a store, and you go to the counter, you pick up a bag of chips or whatever you want to buy out of that store, right? And you go to the counter. When you go to that counter, you got to reach in your pocket. When you reach in your pocket, what are you going to see? The fringes, right? You're going to feel them fringes. So that's going to remind you, like, oh, snap. It's the Sabbath day. I can't buy or sell on the Sabbath day. So you would leave that stuff there and walk out. How you doing, brother?
We're talking about the 4 cords.
The 4 cords?
Bringing out cords of blue.
Oh, okay. So we talking about the fringes, all right? We talking about the fringes. So you said the 4 cord. What about it?
No. I was saying, where y'all cords of blue at? You know what I'm saying? Ain't y'all supposed to have some cords of blue hanging with your fringes?
Okay, check this out. Give me Titus, I believe 1:15, or Timothy 1:15 about Jewish fables. All right, we don't wear cords or nothing like that. That's a different type of religion. We don't follow religion. God gave His children, the Israelites, us, the 12 tribes of Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. He gave us laws to follow and commandments to keep. He never gave us anything about cords. Or like the 4 cords that, you know, the Jewish people wear. They have them in the corners. Like, when in here, it's talking about the fringe going all around of your garments. So what you're talking about is a whole different religion. It has nothing to do with us whatsoever. We don't wear that kind of stuff. Read that for me. Titus 1, I think it's 1:15.
Book of Titus, chapter 1, verse 14. Not giving heed to Jewish fables.
God says, don't give heed to Jewish fables. Fables mean it's a lie. It's made up. We don't wear those. We wear fringes, like I was bringing out what the brother had on, what we got on. We're telling the brother he needs to wear. This is an identification. Fringes. It's a commandment for us to remember to keep God's laws. So we're gonna go back to the fringe, what we was bringing this brother to show you that it's not no 4 cords. That has nothing to do with us whatsoever. Read that for me, real quick. I want give me 15:30.
15:30? Yeah. Book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 38.
Come on.
And speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
So it says fringes in the borders of their garments. So if you look down at the shirt, we have fringes that goes around the border. The border means the end of, right? So border of fringes around the border, meaning it goes all the way around the shirt. I have another scripture that I'm going to bring out that talks about that 4 corners that you're probably a little off about, right? Read on.
Throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
So we're supposed to put a ribbon of blue around our fringes, right? It goes all the way around our fringes, right? Read. Why?
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that you may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
So these fringes and these borders of blue is a reminder of for the children of Israel that we keep God's commandments, like I was bringing out with the brother over there. If you have on these fringes and say you forget what today is, like, do you know what today is? What's today?
Saturday.
Saturday. According in the Bible, what does God call Saturday? The Sabbath day. So in the Sabbath day, God have laws, specific laws that the Israelite must follow. Do you know any of those laws? Okay, right after that, we're going to get into God's laws about the Sabbath day, all right?
Can't stay that long. I got to go.
Okay, all right. It's going to be quick, all right? Read on.
And remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them.
All right, so one of the commandments of the Lord is not to buy and sell today. It's his Sabbath day. He rested on 7 days. He rested on the 7th day. So same way he did, he wants you to do the same thing. Because think about it. You're resting. You're not spending any money. He trying to help you save money. So you 6 days throughout the week, from Sunday to Friday, you spend money. But on a Sabbath day, you don't have to spend money. You keep your money to yourself. So that's what he's saying. He don't want you to buy or sell on this day. Because he rested on that day, he wants you to rest on that day. That's one of the commandments that we was bringing out about the fringes. Because when we read this, it said to remember the laws of God. That's why we wear these fringes, to remember some of God's laws. All right? So, now we're gonna skip that.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
Bring it out.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Right, so I'm going to give you a quick brief of what happened. This is Moses talking to the children of Israel. You ever heard of us coming out of Egypt, right? We were in slavery under the Egyptians. So Moses is talking to the Israelites, telling them, listen, God gave me these commandments, and we better follow them. If we don't follow them, read.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So Moses is telling the children of Israel, us today, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. He said, listen, if we don't keep God's commandments, we're going to be cursed. We're going to be cursed. Now, is cursed, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? Being cursed. That's a super bad thing. Read on.
Verse 16.
Come on.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
God said we're going to be cursed in the city. You can look around. Look at our city. Look how we live. Trash everywhere. We got homeless, our people, our brothers and sisters homeless, living on the street. We got graffitis all over the wall. Rest in peace, R.I.P. We getting killed in the city. We killing each other. It's madness. You understand? Section 8, food stamp, welfare, you name it. All of that is happening in our communities, in our cities. Cursed shall thou be in the city. Read.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
And cursed shall thou be in the field. Us as a people, was we cursed in the field? You better believe it. If you look down there, right there on that poster, what was we doing in the field? Did we own that field? What were we doing? We was working that field. We were picking cotton, rice plantation, tobacco plantation. You name it, we've been there. We picked it. We did all of that. God says you're going to be cursed in the city and cursed in the field. Now read on. Yeah, give me 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So God is saying, listen, if y'all don't do what I tell y'all to do, right? I'm going to keep it plain to you. If y'all don't do what I'm telling y'all to do, I'm going to do what?
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Now, we're going to take that back to back in the day, and we're going to bring it up to today. Right back then, what were they doing with our children? What did they do to them?
That right there was the action, but at the same time, it was also breeding us, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You're 100% right. They were taking our children and selling them all over the world. Read.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
So God is saying, listen, you're going to cry days and night for your children because they was taken from you. Do you have any kids? So imagine if you did have a child, right? You was with your wife for 9 months or whatever, and she had your child, right? And you held that child for the first time in your life, and you realize that, wow, this is me right here. Imagine another nation coming and snatching that baby out of your hand, and you couldn't do nothing about it. All you can do is cry.
Right.
No. Huh?
No.
Yeah, exactly. That's happening now today. Today, if so-called defects or the other nations deem you unfit, they could come into your house and take your children from you. They will take them from you, and there's nothing that you can do. You will cry day and night for your children. The same as when we was doing then, we're doing it now. The same thing.
Right.
Give me 48. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48.
Come on.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So God is saying, us as a people, we got to serve another nationality of people for the natural things that we're supposed to produce on our own. We got to serve another nation for that. Read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
And hunger. When you hungry, you have to go to another nationality for food. For instance, if you go right down the street, if you turn that corner right there, you got a Chinese restaurant right there. You mean to tell me they cook chicken better than black folks?
Bring it out.
You mean to tell me they cook rice better than black folks? It's no way in the hell. We are the salt of the earth. You understand?
At the same time, you going around the corner, you still got Soul Veg South.
Hey.
Real Israelites, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. But that's rare as a people. But do our people flock to them stores as much as they flock to them Chinese stores? They don't. They don't flock to them stores. They go right to their oppressor. They go to the people that's against us, that come in our neighborhood and move us out of the way. You understand? They give us horrible service and horrible food. And you don't even know what you're eating over there. You think it's chicken, it ain't chicken. I guarantee you it's rats, cats, and dogs. We make fun of it like, yo, you know this ain't no chicken, but it's good as hell. That's an astonishment. That's how our people operate. That's not cool. God says, for the one of all things, you got to serve another nation for food. Read.
And in thirst.
And in thirst. That water that you're drinking right there. Do black folks own that? Do we own that? No, we don't. You want to go home and take a shower because it's hot as hell outside. That water that comes from out of your spigot, it don't belong to you. You got to pay for it. If you don't pay for it, you can't have no water. Right? So you got to serve your enemies. Like a lot of our people like to drink. Patron, Hennessy, Ciroc, you name it. You got to go to another nation to get those things. Read.
And in nakedness.
And in nakedness, the clothes on your back. You know how our people do. We like to flaunt and floss. We like to wear the hottest clothes, the hottest gear. You understand? Gucci, Louis Vuitton, you name it. Do any of our people own that? No, we don't own that. God says you got to go to another nation. If you want to look fly, you want to, because we do look fly as a people when we set up right. We got swag. Exactly. But check this out, though. Do they own the raw textile? They might own the name, but they don't own the raw textile to make those clothing. They don't own it. So you got to go to your enemies for that. Read.
And in want of all things.
And a want of all things. You want a job, right? You want an education. You have to go to your oppressors. You have to go to your enemies for these things. God called them your enemies. You understand? You got to go to them for it. A social security card, a birth certificate, a car, that fancy car you driving in, the insurance that you got to pay. You got to go to another nation for that. You can't go to Ray Ray down the block and say, hey, yo, hey, I need, you got a car for me, bro? Hey, I need some insurance. You can't go to Ray Ray. Ray Ray ain't legit. You understand? You got to go to another nation for these things. Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
So God is saying this same enemy that you have to go to, this man, this woman, they're going to put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. Until what?
Until he has destroyed thee.
Until he has destroyed you, mean physically and mentally destroy you. Because back then, they physically destroyed us. They hung us from trees. You understand? They lynched us. They raped us. They murdered us. They did all kind of atrocities to us that destroyed us. Now, it's more mental. You understand? They take away your mind. If you have your mind, if your mind is gone, the body is useless. It means nothing. You understand? Exactly. So that's what we're bringing out today, right now. Like for instance, like what I just said about he should put a yoke of iron around your neck. You see those pictures right there, right? Where we had yokes of iron around our neck. What other nation on the face of this planet has went through those things that we went through? Not none of them. None of them did. Where's their history? Where is it? If you Google right now yokes of iron, you're gonna see black folks. You're gonna see black folks and Hispanics. That's what you're gonna see. You ain't gonna see nobody else. So what are we reading? We're reading the Holy Bible. What are we saying? We're saying that you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are the Israelites of the Bible.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.